Alright. Let's change the stream title just to update it. Right. Amstrad Action, Britain's leading magazine for the Amstrad CPC 464, 664, and 6128. Number 34, July 1988, £1.25. Not an official Amstrad publication. Small business, big news. Special feature on why the CPC is good news for small businesses and what it could do for you. Fly high, run deep. Dreams come true in the world of simulators. From submarines to spacecraft, we've covered them all. Plus, build yourself an auto-fire button, one that works I hope, a new regular page on comms, homebrew software, buyer's guide to art and music software, reviews of Darkside, Impact, Captain Blood, and much, much more. Academy Rivalry, Jungle Warfare, Sci-Fi Survival, Games of Combat, Fit only for heroes. Platoon, Combat School, Grisor. Platoon is also available on Amiga, Atari ST, and PC and compatibles. Grisor is also available on Amiga and PC and compatibles. No ST version. That is a change. Combat School is available on Amiga and PC and compatibles. Copyright 1987, Konami. Right, the lineup. Reaction, the section where you have your say about life, the universe, the CPCs, the mag, and everything. Helpline, don't despair, help is at hand. The helplines can solve just about any problem. Go ahead, make their day. AmScene, the latest news from the CPC scene, including the results of the latest questionnaire. A small business special. A hardware project. A joystick autofire. Hopefully one that works, because typical ones do not work on the Amstrad. Is our games list. Eddie Edwards Super Ski, Darkside, Captain Blood, Impact, and a feature on simulators. And you got the Pilgrim. No mention of the Bard's Tale. Pastures New. After 34 issues of AA as software editor, deputy editor, and for the last 17 issues as editor, I'm moving on to a new challenge. Roaring into action next month will be Steve Carey, who after stealing service elsewhere for Future Publishing is taking over as editor. I'm off to work on a sister magazine, Advanced Computer Entertainment. So I'll still be around to see how the new Ed is doing. Doubtless he'll winkle out all those naughty typos which I let through. It's been a fantastic 3 years working on AA, and I hope you've all enjoyed reading the mag as much as I have writing it. I've watched it grow from a pretty amateurish first issue to a very professional, entertaining mag. It also started the whole of Future Publishing going, which now boasts 6 impressive titles, all the envy of many rival publishers. I shall miss the club feeling that goes along with AA. The CPC market is unique in its spread of users, from the very young word processing fan to the retired game addict. That brings the special feel to AA because it's the users that determine most of what actually appears in its pages. The mag is in good hands with Steve, Ollie, Pat and Gary, who will continue to meet the high standards you expect of AA, and I'm sure they'll be able to improve on it. That's enough sentimental stuff, Ed. I'm glad to be going out on a high note with an excellent issue, and there are plenty more to come. Yes, plenty more to come. Lots of nice programs from Anna. Not much, nothing unusual in here. Reaction. The section where you get your say about AA, libel suits, love letters, letter bombs, and all other reactions are dealt with by Bob Wade. So treat him gently. Remember, we can't reply personally to letters, otherwise we wouldn't have time to produce a magazine each month. Mail order inquiries or problems should be aimed at our Somerton address. Subscription problems, not order forms, are now handled by Avon Direct Mail. You'll find both addresses on lineup. Fanatics Pudding. I've been considering whether to trade in my CPC 464 for a PCW 9512, but I don't think I will. Brownwood is what I am using, and the facility of having 6 different screen color combinations allowing good vision at all levels and colors of ambient lighting is a bonus which I shall not lightly sacrifice. In addition, the single function key stroking has got to be a damn sight better than scrolling up and down those LocoScript menus. When I spotted your journal on the newsstand, I thought it must be yet another Games Fanatics pudding. Although I'm not entirely wide of the mark, I am impressed by your general standard of layout and text presentation. The listings are quite a departure from what one has come to expect, even in expensive computer textbooks. AA looks inviting to read, even though a lot of it is irrelevant to my own needs. Nevertheless, I think I shall stay with it for a while. B.J. Seward, Bristol. Well, yeah, you did put it in 2-column print mode. TAS text word processor. Yeah, 2-column print mode. It prints 2 columns. That's the one. Flights are fancy. I would like to comment on Digital Integration's ATF Master Game Issue 31. I'm a flight sim fan, and I buy anything to do with aircraft on the games market, and little else. Complaints first, you can't do loops or even rolls. I'd have thought you could at least do these simple feats, never mind stall turns and corkscrews. And you have no control over rate of turn. More importantly, the terrain following capability is so that enemy radar cannot detect you. So any interceptors that come your way must be just stumbled on. And no SAM firing would take place, only AAM firing from interceptors. Take the Tornado GR1 as an example. It flies nap of the Earth at about 30 feet in wartime using a sophisticated terrain-following radar and computer, and later TERPROM, which is a British-designed system that shows all ground detail from computer memory, therefore negotiating the need for radar, which is a dead giveaway. Okay, so enemy airborne early warning aircraft can detect you, but if you use a suite of ECM, electronic countermeasures, like Hades on the Harrier GR5, even the plane depicted under the ATF logo is the RF-19, or what will roughly look like, and not the YF-22 or 23, which are 2 aircraft competing for the ATF contract. One of these is depicted on the title screen. How inconsistent. I've been a fan of DI's games ever since Fighter Pilot. I still play most of them regularly, particularly Fighter Pilot and Tomahawk. I bought ATF on disc and dishing out £14 for a good game, but not a very realistic one, which one would hardly expect of DI is a bit off. When I heard about ATF, I thought, great, a simulation that could be exciting because of the ultra-high performance of such a machine. And what do we get? Let's have F-16 Combat Pilot will deliver the goods. Having said all that, it is a good game. What it lacks in realism makes up for in speed and action. The ASR AAM, Advanced Short Range Air Missile, is just that, an air-to-air missile and not an air-to-ground missile. After Acrojet, however, it just seemed a letdown. Mark Peterson, Holbrook. Yeah, okay. Who's cheating who? Reaction seems to be a most appropriate name for your letters column. I greatly enjoy reading the letters that your readers send in. Sometimes it is their reaction that fascinates me, and sometimes it is my own. However, really find it difficult to believe that you have actually invited comment from your readers on whether they approve of tape-to-disc transfer. I can only speak for myself when I say that I have never stolen a program in my puff. Ed. As an adventurer, I like to have tape-based adventures transferred to disc because they are invariably only produced on tape. If I spend extra money on a disc machine, why must I hunch over a wheezing, grinding cassette machine while it laboriously stretches out its message to memory? Message to memory. It's even worse at the budget game end, with companies taking extravagant measures to ensure that their penny masterworks never load in less than 8 minutes. I am writing this letter using ProText. This comes very heavily protected, so that the buyer must constantly use the master disk rather than make a copy. I ask you. ProText. Why use a pirate copy of ProText? It's fiendishly complicated, even with the manual, and the thought of attempting to work without it seems to me the extraordinary dedication to the cause of piracy. I do not believe that I am a hardened criminal, yet I copy programs from tape to disc and from disc to disc. I copy my own programs and I copy those that I have bought. And will contest hotly with anyone that sidles up to me and attempts to imply that I have infringed his intellectual copyright by doing so. To be honest, I am absolutely sick to the back teeth of hearing the high moral tone and the voices of the software industry as their spokespersons assure us that we, the public, are a motley collection of pirates who are strangling the creative art of the programmer. Could it be that these same persons of high moral tone are judging others by their own standards? How many of them are paying royalties to the composers whose music they are ripping off in the titles and during the gameplay? Did the companies that produced Gauntlet clones pay US gold royalties for that idea? No, they probably should be playing Atari. Yet these are the same people who are so keen to impress upon us our moral laxity. Perhaps you could ease my tight-lipped ire by explaining precisely what is meant by the word piracy and providing an estimate of what is lost to the poor beleaguered software industry, so perhaps justifying this odious yuppie paranoia. In point of fact, any serious inquiry to the software houses must mainly arise by unscrupulous people deliberately setting out to duplicate their product and then market it at full price in certain outlets, thus making a larger profit due to the absence of the overheads of development. If swapping the programs between friends is to be vilified as piracy, then perhaps the programs might be made a little better value for money, so that people cannot bear to part with them. I cannot accept for one moment the submission that software is underpriced and that a taped program is not yielding a substantial profit at £10. Music software houses somehow manage to produce cassettes and pay entire orchestras at a unit price of one half, which will sell to a very much more limited market. Budget software houses are increasingly demonstrating that they can produce, frequently better, programs at 1/5 that. What it really boils down is this. Your primary responsibility is to your readers. By all means, do your best to prevent piracy where it occurs, but it is wholly unreasonable to suggest that discology is going to make any more of a dent in the side of Firebird's or Ocean's profits than one of Mr. Sugar's twin-tape cassette players. If, on the other hand, it forces them to reduce the monetary difference between tape and disc software, can that be really termed a foul deed? Do you really need to ask your readers if they want never to put a cassette program on a disc? Do all the other disc users in the whole wide world just live with and breathe to hear those little wheels on the tape machine go round? Surely not. Bob McIntyre, Aberdeenshire. Grammar check. This program lets you write proper for CPCs. That's why it's spelt wrong. Scotland the Lonely. The majority, all I think, of amateur computer shows have been in England. Well, the far south anyway. I have no objection to this, but surely it is possible to have one in, say, Edinburgh. If it was, I would take the trip down without fail. Andrew Duff, Rossshire. Sorry, I don't feel up to it. Biorhythm prog. Bosh, bosh, shoom, shoom, wallop. Oi, you, shut your mouth and read this letter. I'm here to complain about the price of games. They're too cheap. They should cost loads of money. What are these bastards trying to Codemasters blokes think they're doing? The Atari ST ain't doing too badly with Flight Simulator 2, £49.99. Must be good. These software houses are making games better because prices are going up. And if a game doesn't cost loads of money, it must be rubbish. When are the games with 16-bit Amstrad coming out? Because I went and bought one off my mate Alan for loads of money. Loads of money, London. Here at AA, we've got bleepable money, but we're that hard. Helpline. If you feel too helpful, just send us your name, address, phone number. Say so if you don't want to be printed. And subject on which you want to help. Everyone wants help here. Everyone's offering help. Scene. RAM shortage bites. In AA32, they carried a story indicating that there would be no price increase for any of the CPCs due to the shortage of DRAM chips. Well, the CPCs may not have been affected, but the memory expansions produced by RAM Electronics have been. Price increases have been necessitated and will already be in operation by the time that you read this. It really hurt us to have to do this, RAM stated, but you either have to pump up the price to a profit level or delete the product from the catalogue. We didn't want to do that. These products are some of our best sellers. As soon as the situation improves regarding price and availability, which is very important at the moment, there are less DRAMs around, we will do our best to bring the price back down again. The actual products affected are the CPC 464 64K memory expansion, old price $44.95, now $49.95. 256K memory expansion for the 464 and 6128 separate models used to be $79.95, now $129.95. Yikes! The 256K silicon discs have suffered similarly, with a price tag of £149.95 compared to an old price of $99.95. The more memory a product contains, the higher the increase. Yeesh. Okay. Games Player of the Year. The Powerhouse is on the hunt for the Games Player of the Year. All you have to do to enter is send in a photograph of a Powerhouse game screen with your high score on it. It must reach them by the 10th of October. The highest score on each Powerhouse game will be invited to their Wimbledon offices for the grand final in November. Each champion will receive 23 games, and the Supreme Champion will get 30 games and a Sony Personal Stereo. To enter, send your screenshot to enter the Powerhouse. I'm sure you're not too late. Multi-format tapes and discs. Mandarin Software have announced the launch of a triple format disc for the CPC, PCW, and Spectrum Plus 3. The same program is provided for all three machines on a single disc. The first product to be released will be Time and Magic, a compilation of the three adventures, Lords of Time, Red Moon, and The Price of Magic. On the disc there are three driver programs, one for each machine, and the main program. The B side of the disc has all the location pictures in compressed form. The drivers contain the machine-specific code, which includes keyboard scanning, disk file handling, and screen handling. All you have to do to play it on your machine is run the appropriate driver. The advantage to the distributor is that now they only have to stock one version of the game rather than three. While on the subject of multi-format releases, Mastertronic have just released their first few titles. They come with a Spectrum game on one side and an Amstrad one on the other. The first titles to arrive are On Cue, reviewed this month, FA Cup Football, Impossible Mission, and Droids. FA Cup Football is a re-release. It's a re-release of the old Virgin game Impossible Mission. Wait, what? Oh. FA Cup Football is a re-release of the old Virgin game. Impossible Mission is a predecessor of last month's rave game Impossible Mission 2, and Droids is a game loosely based on the cartoon series that stars the two heroic robots R2-D2 and C-3PO. On Q and Droids cost $2.99 each. FA Cup Football and Impossible Mission cost $1.99 each on cassette. Star's 24-pin printer. Star Micronics has just launched the multi-font LC2410 24-pin printer for £379. 8 fonts are built in the printer. Courier, Prestige, Orator, Script, and the italic equivalents. Extra fonts can also be added using plug-in cards. The text can be altered to be shadow, outline, or both. The print pitch can be switched between Pica, Elite, Condensed, and Proportional spacing. Forward and reverse microfeed, self-test, and hex dump facilities are also available. The print rate is 170 characters per second in draft mode and 57 characters per second in true letter quality mode. The maximum carriage width is 10 inches, a 7K buffer is built into the LC2410, and the facility to insert a 32K RAM card with battery backup is available. That's enough statistics, Ed. Elite's Encore. Elite are the latest software house to enter the budget market with their new label Encore. The label is going to be used to reissue Elite's old full-price titles. Elite have an extensive back catalogue of titles, the first of which to appear is Frank Bruno's Boxing. All the re-releases will be available on cassette only at £1.99. Elite promise that all their full house titles will be of high quality and won't appear on the budget label for 3 years after their original release. Other titles lined up for a budget re-release this summer are Airwolf in June, Battleships and Saboteur in July, and Bombjack in August. Out-of-print book service. Last month we mentioned the out-of-print book service as a possible means of obtaining books that have gone out of print. In this case, assembly language programming for the Amstrad CPC 464, 664, and 6128 by A&D Stevenson. Since then, we've received little more information on the company. If you want to find a book, then write to them at the address below, including an SAE. If you're not charged when you ask them you are not charged when you ask them to find a book, but as soon as they've tracked it down, they'll contact you. If in the meantime you've found the book, then you can just tell them that you're not interested, and you still won't be charged. If on the other hand you still want the book, then you'll be charged for the book at the price quoted. A minimum fee is usually about £5. The out-of-print book service, okay. Doing it on a desktop, hot off the Heinemann new tech presses, is a new book called The Desktop Publishing Book by Peter Warlock. Though not aimed at the CPC specifically, it does contain a lot of general information suitable for people questioning for knowledge of the subject. It's fully illustrated throughout with black and white pictures. However, it must be considered that the hole this week will make in your wallet is not exactly what I would call insubstantial. It costs £12.95 and has its ISBN of 0434923699. Budget releases. The Powerhouse have just launched 2 more titles, Astro Ball and Metropolis. Astro Ball is a multi-level game of collect and avoid, and Metropolis is an exploration game where you have to find fuel for your ship so that you can take off again. Both cost £1.99 and are available on cassette only. The old rave game, The Eidolon, has just reappeared in budget form on the Mastertronic Ricochet label. It's a game of exploration and monster bashing as you travel around in your own subconscious mind. It's well worth getting at the new price of £1.99. Bruce Lee is another old title that's just made it on the Americana budget label. You must penetrate the fortress of the evil wizard and defeat him if you are to obtain immortality and wealth. Yet again, it's available only on cassette at £1.99. Clang Clang 2. Palace are at this very moment working on a follow-up to Barbarian called, surprisingly enough, Barbarian 2, The Dungeon of Drax. It's a multi-load game with hordes of weird and wonderful monsters to hack your way through. You also get a choice of playing the Barbarian or the Princess Mariana in a quest to defeat Drax. Maria Whittaker and Mike Van Wyck are on the packaging again, as a duo out to bash Drax. Barbarian 2 is due to be released in August. We only get to see their legs and feet, and who are the guys in the middle. Bet you can't guess which legs belong to Maria Whittaker, Mike Van Wyck, and programmer Steve Brown. Yeah. Okay. Flying Finn enters Netherworld. Netherworld is a new game from Houston that's been programmed by Charlie T, the Flying Finn. Netherworld is a place where the forces of good and evil are locked in eternal conflict. They've become trapped in there, and the only way back is through bribery and battle. Diamonds are what you need to escape. Unfortunately, they're guarded by dragons, acid, fire, and monsters. Can you find your way out of this living hell? Watch out for Neverworld when it's released in August. Heathrow International Air Traffic Controller is being rewritten and relaunched by Houston to add some more features to the game. The original game dates back to the dark ages before AA. Although nothing is certain yet, there will be some more airports added to those that are already in the game. Heathrow and Schiphol will still be there. Frankfurt and Chicago are the favourites for the new airports. Houston's new shoot-'em-up, Marauder, is due for release on the 28th of June. In it, you hurtle around the screen, blasting everything in sight. It should be on the streets by the time you read this, at $9.99 on tape and $14.99 on disc. Lord Comes to Light. Great news for anyone trying to get a hold of a copy of Lords of Midnight. In last month's feature on Strategy Wargames, we said it was no longer available. Much to our delight, we have since discovered that a mail-order company, Budgetsoft, has stocks of it on tape at £3.75 plus 75p, postage and packaging. If you still want to get this gem of a game, you can contact Budgetsoft. Not a lot. The computer version of the TV quiz, where the time is of utmost importance, every second counts, has just arrived from Domark on their TV Games label. The TV quiz is for 3 teams of 2, 1 male and 1 female. The computer version can be played by 1 to 6 people. Previously, the TV Games products have only been available on tape, but now it's available on disc too. Every second's count will cost you $7.95 on cassette and $12.95 on disc. So, questionnaire results. How old are you? It's fairly spread out, but most are 13 to 6, about 1/3 of them between 13 and 16. What sex are you? 95.2% male. Oh no. What hardware do you own? 48.4% own a 464. 49.8% own a 6128. 87.8% you have a joystick. Everything else is not so much. Interesting to see that 6128s are now the most prolific machine, and that 2/3 of owners have disk-based systems. How long have you had a CPC? Where's number 3? Oh, whatever. How long have you had a CPC? 0 to 6 months, 8.6%. Most have had it 1 to 2 years. Over 2 years, 43.2%. How much do you spend a month on software and hardware? £14.66. Exactly. What sort of game software would you buy? Full price? 47.2%. Budget 61.4%. CoinOps 32%. Adventures 37.4%. Wargames 19.4%. Simulations 48.4%. Shoot 'em ups 33.8%. General Arcade 53.8%. Yeah, okay. What sort of serious software would you buy? Word processor 58.8%. Database 41.6%. Spreadsheets 36.4%. Art 55.6%. Music 32.4%. Programming language 25.8%. Assembler 25%. Does that come under programming language? Educational 27%, comms 7.8%. Still lots of interest in here in all aspects of serious software. Do you own a printer? 51% yes. The most popular maker is the DMP 2000, which is 33% of that 51%. Other popular makes Citizen, Epson, Star, and Brother, about 2% each. %77.2% buy from mail order. Yeah, okay. What magazines do you regularly buy? Amstrad Action. Well, that's all of them. It rates at 4.45 out of 5. I presume on average. 13.4% also get Ace. 6.6% get Games Machine. 14.4% get CNVG. 34.2% get Computing with the Amstrad. 40.3% get Amstrad Computer User, which is the official one, if I remember correctly. Amstrad's official magazine. And Popular Computing Weekly, 5.4%. Apparently, they don't like it much. What are the main reasons you buy AA? Action Test, 41.6%. 37.2% Type-ins. 32.6% cheat mode. Yeah, alright. Oh, let's move on. Football Manager 2. Kevin Thompson, inventor of the world's best-selling football game, says, it beats my bestseller hands down. New improved features include spectacular graphics and tactics with unlimited action, more fun and excitement. The press says, it's fantastic, another all-time great. The computer panel says, we were looking for improvements on Football Manager to be assured of a good game. We were surprised it's outstanding. It's gold class. Commodore 64, 128, cassette and disc. Spectrum cassette, Spectrum Plus 3 disc. Amstrad cassette and disc. Amiga disc. Atari ST disc and IBM PC disc. Football Manager 2 is not just an improvement on Football Manager, it's the next generation. Here's the man himself, Kevin Thompson. Street date, all formats, June 17th. It's totally addictive. Addictive Games is a division of Prism Leisure Corporation, PLC. Sybil is beautiful. The CBC isn't usually considered as a competitor in the business sector, but Pat McDonald finds there are many uses for it, and lots of people making the most out of them. We'll move past all this. Video control system, James Blair Systems, $99.95, CPM plus, disc only. This program fits in that bracket. It can help run a small video hire shop. Oh, okay, here you go. Sort of niche. Good news, easy to use, good documentation, cheap for what it provides. Bad news, it still costs a lot. End of day routine is slow. Deceptive appearances. Being written in BASIC, running under CPM, you might think that the control system was rather slow. Actually, the BASIC is compiled, and so manages to feel it. With one exception, the end-of-day routine generally needs to run overnight. Word processor stuff. Absolute Beginners. A series of articles taking you from complete ignorance to complete mastery of BASIC. First bytes. So hexadecimal horrifies you. Richard Montero has the solution in this section devoted to the novice machine code programmer. Hackers Only, the box that caters for more advanced programmers. So you want to print big? Well, this routine might just do the trick. It prints at the cursor position a character 8 times larger than normal, and that's a fact. Supply the B register with the character you wish to enlarge and call the start address. Eurovision sampling. Digivox EMM. 845 French francs. CPM 2.2 disc only. It may seem sometimes as if the CPC market is cooling down. Not so, for everyone who leaves another joins in the fun. EMM produce some serious hardware for the CPCs in La Belle, Paris. The latest is the Digivox, a digital sound voice sampler. Samplers have been around now for a couple of years. The basic premise of these is that you can record and playback live sounds digitally, rather than using an analog method such as magnetic tape. The difference being that the digital method stores sounds as a series of numbers. International. To receive a Digivox, you will need to buy it direct from EMM through mail order. This is the reason for the price being given in French francs. So you can either send a euro check or an international money order for the amount. Translated into English currency, it's about £79. Remember to ask for the English version. Given the ease and availability of ECs and IMOs, I'm surprised that more foreign companies don't do English version CPC products. I suppose there's a reason, but it must be obscure. Good news! Can sample for a reasonable length of time. Good quality on the samples. Memory is battery backed up. Bad news, no UK distributor yet. Software isn't that good. Expensive. Dataphone ROM. As a follow-up to last month's review of the designer modem, Pat McDonald examines Dataphone's own interface and software. £45.94 Dataphone, ROM only. Mac messes up. Last month we reviewed the Demon 2 designer modems from Dataphone. Well, we got the prices slightly wrong. I forgot to include VAT. Oh no. Good news, excellent value for money. Lots of RSXs for the Intrepid. Communications options are quite powerful. Bad news, lacks certain features. Manual can put you off at times. The Multiface 2 Plus. Romantic have developed an improved version of the Mark II, of the updated an investigation of the latest Multiface by Pat McDonald. Romantic Robot, £42.88. Good news, now even better. Easier to use. No price increase. Bad news, still no disassemble function. These bonzos doodah again. Soldering on. Simon Watson has sent in a great project for all those joystick junkies who hate hammering away at the fire button. Many joysticks currently on the market sport an auto-fire option, relieving you of repeatedly pressing the fire button. Unfortunately, these built-in devices don't work on Amstrad CPCs. Now you can build your own that will work. This simple device provides a similar function. I have no idea how similar my circuit is to commercial types, but my circuit allows you to adjust the rate of fire. It also gives a visual indication when it is working. Good. Happy if we can follow this. Here goes. Make your own auto fire. For pot, read potentiometer. For cap, read capacitor. Little acorns. There are a growing number of products that are produced by small one-person firms and available on mail order only. Pat McDonald checks out if these homebrews are any good. Educational spell tutor. Easy spell. Cat. Dog. Watch. Sit. A disc cracker. Tristan McDonald, no relation, sells a disc utility. A game. Find a word. Various other things. Data Master, Kirk Editor, and Print Cat. Bar CPM, from freebies to fully priced. Richard Montero gets to grips with the delights of CPM software. Coming online. Pat McDonald starts a new feature delving into modems, bulletin boards, and view data. tips. Found 2 commands of use to disk owners. The first 2 will start and stop the disk drive motor. Handy. And so you can turn the disk light on or off. So here's it's a little program there that will make the disk drive light up randomly and do nothing else. A useful call for your readers. Call BB18. Call waits for a key to be pressed. Smart problem. I typed in the AA29 type-in called Smart over 6 evenings in 6 parts. Now I've finished, I can load them back in one at a time, but I can't load 2 without losing one of them. Is there any way in which you can save me from the agony of typing it in all in again? Jatinda Danka Hayes. It's easy when you know how. Instead of putting something, simply use merge instead of load. There's something missing there. Lisp. Pat McDonald gets his tongue twisted. Highsoft, $39.95, $49.95 disc only, all CPCs. Highsoft have a long history of producing CPC software based on upmarket programs. These include the C language and Modular 2. Now they've come up with another, Lisp. Good news, every Lisp feature is there, plus some others. Quality documentation. Bad news, interpreted code only at present. Historical Lisp. Lisp was developed in the 1960s for list processing. Its specialty is going through long lists of words or numbers, adding, slicing, and analyzing them. The purposes for which Lisp was and is used are artificial intelligence, expert systems, and analysis. Being able to process words rather than numbers is a very powerful feature, and Lisp has gained many adherents. A Highsoft Lisp really does shine out for the student and the dilettante. Any chance of a compiler, Highsoft? Rodos Extra. Romantic's latest hits the streets. Pat McDonald checks it out. Romantic Robot, $9.95, disc and Rodos only. Rodos, the ROM-board-based alternative disk operating system from Romantic Robot, received a favourable review in AA25, which Montero infused over it, but bemoaned the poor manual and lack of explanation. Here's the answer, Rodos Extra. Good news, in-depth information for Rodos users. Some utilities too, not too expensive. Bad news, could have been included the first time around. Real speech for your 6128. Much more realistic than speech synthesizers. No messy phoneme programming. Just use built-in microphone. 32K onboard battery backup. CMOS RAM. Stores 16 something speech. Expandable to 128K. Doubles as RAM disk, much safer than conventional models. Sound effects, messages, educational, medical, etc. Plugs into bus of 6128. Models with card edge connector. No, it's not the Snyder CPCs. Introductory UK price. £45 or £79, excluding VAT, including PMP. There we go, action test. Again, the games again. We've got an hour to go through at least a few games. There's a unique first this month because the sequel to a master game has itself become the master game. This game that has achieved this double is Darkside, follow-up to Driller. Captain Blood is the latest graphical masterpiece from France, while the addiction level is kept high by another breakout clone, Impact. Not forgetting Eddie the Eagle's own skiing game. It's our list of games. Not a huge list, is it really? Oh, you've got the game that's on this page. Oh no, that's listed there. 14 games. Anyway, let's get a few of these done anyway. Eddie Edwards Super Ski. L'Oreal. $9.99 cassette, $14.99 disc, joystick or keys. Britain's Olympic failure, Eddie Edwards, has lent his name to a skiing game from France. Will you do as well as Eddie in the 4 events that you get, or will you manage to come somewhere other than last? On the screen you get a rear view of the skier, with a snowy landscape in the distance. To the right is an indicator to remind you of which event and which player's turn it is. At the bottom of the screen is a digital display of time elapsed since the event began and the number of gates that you missed, if appropriate. There are 4 events in all: the slalom, downhill, jump, and great slalom. Before play begins, you get the choice of training or competition play. Training is a single-player game where the same event is practiced to perfect your technique until you quit back to the menu. Competition is for up to 6 players. You compete against each other and must go through all 4 events. You have two events at each. You have 2 attempts at each event, and the scores are added together. The ski jump is probably the easiest of the events to do. It's simply a matter of going down the ramp and flying through the air. While in the air, you can lie really flat to get that extra bit of distance. But if you land that way, you'll end up with a mouthful of snow. In the downhill, you have a course clearly marked, and you have to get to the end of it in the shortest possible time. Gates appear occasionally, and failure to go through them adds to the penalties. Both of the slalom events have many more gates than the downhill, and if you don't pass through them, the number of penalty points goes up. Points are awarded at the end of each course according to how fast you completed it, and the points are subtracted for penalties. The first few races will end with a score of 0 in all probability until you know the course. The 2 slaloms and the downhill each have 3 different pieces to race down. Of the 4 events, the ski jump is the one that you will tire first because it's only so far that you can jump. During the championship, the scores for every player are displayed at the end of each round of the contest. After all events have been played, the winner is declared. It's just a matter of beating high scores. Sound is virtually non-existent. You go whoosh down the slope and that's it. The graphics, on the other hand, are very fast and colourful. To get everything fast, the movement of the background is jerky. But you won't really notice it because just trying to stay between the flags is tricky enough. It's fun to play to begin with, but in the long term, there's not really that much to do. You can beat your high scores and set faster times, there's nothing else to it. The multiple player option will add a little to the competitive spirit, but not that much. First day target score. Get a non-zero score in one of the races, or 57 metres on the ski jump. Second opinion. The game is certainly a lot better than Eddie is at ski jumping, but that's hardly a demanding task. The events are proficiently put together and convey an excellent impression of speed. What they lack is variety. The 3 races are very similar in nature, and it's simply a matter of perfecting your style and learning the various runs. Why don't your glasses steam up so that you can't see where you're going? Green screen view. No problems in green. The verdict. Graphics 83%. Very fast moving graphics. Detailed and colourful backgrounds. Sonics 13%. Whoosh. Grab factor 82%. The potential for up to 6 players adds to the interest. Unless you're a sports game fan, you may not find it exciting. Staying power 67%. 4 different events and different pieces to race down. After a few games, you'll find little to keep you occupied. AA rating 76%. Great graphics and fast-moving action, but not really enough game in there. Okay. Let's do this. Alright, time to get some skiing in. Super Ski by Microids. Oh, Microids developed this. Training and competition. We just do training, just practice everything. Still ski jump first. Right, here we are. Down we go. Whee! Flat. I don't know how you go unflat though, that's the only problem. 52.5 meters. Penalty 60. Go. Don't push the button while you're on the before you jump. Oh. Started to come down. 56.5 meters. .5 meters. He still landed awkwardly. Oh. Oops. He didn't undo it. Always going flat. Oh, did it? Oh, stop. Don't forget to stop. So I don't think you get penalties for that. Score 2,430. Nope. Stop making the fire button. Oh. That was interesting. You can move left and right. Interesting. Oh, you can just do that. It's fun. Didn't unflatten. Oh! We're gonna go back, reset, and do something else. I guess. There's no obvious quit key. Let's do downhill race. 1, 2, or 3. Do 1. Wee! Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah. Can slow down at least. So there's something. Okay, it's a bit more manageable at this speed. Uh, Jeez. Oh. Yeah, you know what? Do this at full speed. Oh. 'Oh, missed one. Missed one gate. That's it. Blah. Blah. 222.6. Score 6,562. Was a good score? Who knows? Did we exit? Well, we'll just give it another try, shall we? Yeah. we missed another one. It can be so unwieldy to control at times. You find yourself at corners immediately. You just turn and all of a sudden you go the other direction. Can't see behind a hill. No, can't hit it, huh? Brakes would be good. That was slower. More points though, somehow. We quit. We just got to reset and reload, huh? Okay, we'll do one of the. We'll finish one of the slalom races. Let's do slalom. Track 1. This is largely the same, just got to go between these gates. This one already. Not sure how the single ones work. Oh. Oh, missed that one. Let's just go around it like that. Oh, missed those. Oh, there's 7 gates. Oh no. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, oh. Too sharp a turn. Yeah. Not easy to control. And just run to the end. Oh. Penalties 1,024. Oh, jeez. Missed gates 16. Let's try it again. Let's get one more attempt. Yeah, still missing gates. It's 4 already. Oh. Ah. Yeah. I'm not sure you're supposed to come to a complete stop. But anyway, that's Eddie Edwards Super Ski. Oh, move on to the next. Next game is Dark Side by Incentive. $9.95 cassette, $14.95 disc, joystick or keys. The eagerly awaited follow-up to the Christmas master game Driller has arrived. The setting this time is in the other moon of Evath, tricuspid, 200 years after the events of Driller. The Kitars have been planning their revenge for a long time, and now they are ready. They've built a huge weapon called Zephyr 1 on the dark side of the moon. As soon as the weapon is fully charged, it will fire and Evath will end its days as a meteorite shower. A lot of power is required to destroy a planet, and this is obtained through a vast network of energy collection devices, ECDs. The only way to stop weapons from firing is to disable all of the ECDs. Time is passing, and soon your homeworld will be no more, unless you complete the mission hastily. You arrive on Tricuspid, armed with a laser and wearing a shielded spacesuit and a jetpack. The jetpack has limited fuel supply, so care has to be taken when using it. The shields will only take so many hits before you die. The screen represents the view from your spacesuit helmet and is split into two areas. The main area gives you a view of Tricuspid through the helmet, and around it are various pieces of information. Your position, compass bearing, and altitude are given along with fuel and shield status. Shields and fuel can be regenerated by finding power sockets and fuel rods respectively and walking into them. At the right of the screen is a binary counter. It gradually creeps upward. Zephyr 1 fires when it reaches the top. Initially, the time shoots up very quickly and the ECD network is at 100%. Every time you disable an ECD, the network's power decreases by 4%, and so does the rate of charging. All of the ECDs are connected to the Zephyr 1 by long cables running from their bases. Some have a single cable, and they can be disabled at any time. Others have many wires trailing, the tricky ones. An ECD is disabled when the top is shot. But if the ECD is connected by two or more other ECDs, then it will regenerate. Because of the regeneration, you have to plan very carefully, and a strategy comes into play, and so strategy comes into play. You then have to follow the cables until you find an ECD that's only connected to another single ECD. In the first few games, you'll run out of time rapidly, but after that, you'll be able to disable a large chunk of the network in a matter of minutes. Tricuspid is not left unguarded, though. There are killer satellites orbiting the moon, Plexor tanks wait in some sectors, and there are sensors that throw you into prison if they detect you. Getting out of prison is a puzzle in itself, and I'm not going to tell you how to do it. You will solve it eventually. Outside the prison cell, you'll find a network of tunnels that you can move around the moon as an alternative to surface travel. When you want to return to the surface, then you must find a trapdoor in the roof and jet out through it. Another way of travelling around the moon quickly is through the power porters, which are large slab-like objects that teleport you around. The telepod does a similar thing, but it has been disabled by removing the 4 telepod crystals that power it. Before you can use it, you'll have to replace the crystals in their sockets. If you manage to disable all the ECDs, then the Zephyr 1 will go boom. If you don't, then you better start looking for a new planet to live on. Either way, you'll get to see a graphical representation of the destruction. The graphics are just as good as those in Driller, and they are slightly faster. Sound is also slightly improved, but it's still not particularly spectacular. The playing area is a little larger than that in Driller, due to the extensive underground network. Control is very similar too. The only change being that instead of placing drilling rigs on the moon, you can switch on your jetpack. Driller was an excellent game, but lacked one thing: panic. The pace of Darkside is set much higher, and as you watch that timer creeping ever upward, you'll begin to get more and more nervous. Completing the task is not going to be an easy one. It will probably take even longer to complete than its predecessor. If you were put off Driller by the price, then you've got no excuse this time because it's dropped to that of most other games. If you enjoy Driller, then you'll find plenty to keep you occupied in this. First day target score: disable 50% of the ECD network. Second opinion: congratulations to Incentive on producing another superb game. It uses many of the ideas first spotted in Driller, but introduces whole new elements of arcade gameplay to complement the puzzling. I didn't like the graphics as much. They are a little more somber. The gameplay is magnificently addictive and full of surprises, a must for any game player. Green screen view: we have no problems playing in green. The verdict: graphics 89%, excellent perspective on the landscape, detailed and colourful objects. Sonics 38%, simple effects, but the jetpack sound is particularly good. Grab factor 93%. The panic element adds greatly to the gameplay. The first 50% of the game is quite easy to solve, and it soon has you hooked. Staying power 92%. Completing the rest, however, is much more demanding. Plenty of intriguing puzzles to solve. AA rating 92%. Driller was good, but Darkside is even better because of the more logical problems and tighter time limit. We haven't rated it as highly because this time around it's not as original. Whole 92%. Yeah, I think they gave Driller 96%. Yeah. Sphinx. Anyway, let's start that up. It'll probably be the last game of the night. Click the thing. Okay. Dark side. And your dude. I presume that's your dude. Press a key. I don't give you my shield and fuel to start with. So these red tower things here are your fuel rods. And look, there's a little hole here in the corner. I've got to crouch. I remember what the crouch key is. There it is, F. R and F to go up and down. Let's crouch for a little gap here. Ow! Don't run into walls. Shooting the fuel rod does nothing. Okay, got more fuel. Can we shoot this floor? It's a little carpet or whatever the hell it is. Oh! Yes, we can! Oh. Comes back. Light tunnel. Let's get up again. Compass malfunction. This is probably our underground network of places, tunnels or whatever. You get a jetpack on. Ow. The light side. Look familiar. ECD regenerated. What's those things? You can see all these, all the cables here. See, I mean, these will regenerate. Disabled, good. Disabled. Disabled. Good. These are Sphinx. Wonder what secrets it holds. Okay. No, can't shoot his nose off. It just regenerates, huh? Ow! This way. Okay. Reaptus sector. Okay. Get that across. What's this door? Ooh. What's this block here for? Ah, okay. Take shield gives you fuel. That's the opposite. Aha, interesting. Well, didn't do much. Okay. Off we go. I love these doors. As you get close enough, it disappears. It does. Oh. Okay. Yeah, we're just here. I can go over here. I'm being here. Access denied. Whatever. I think if I move quickly, you can go through the triangle like a door. Oh, it's regenerating. This is the first screen, wasn't it? Wonderful. Okay, another store here. Generating, right? Yep. Sure, it'd be useful to do that. Okay, that one's disabled. Oh, there's another one here. Oh. R. It's regenerating. Oh. Uh-oh. IO confinement. Ow. Oh, I'm in prison. Oh. Pay for release. Okay, there's some, you pay with fuel, right? Okay. Back in a little network of tunnels again. Crater tunnel. I wonder where this place will take us up to. Where am I? Oh, on top of here. Okay, it's cute. Put it on top of there. the step size again. Oh. Ow. Ah, splooge. Fell over. Fell over and injured himself. EVF destroyed. Game over. Yeah. Yeah, that's dark side. Oh, we've got a demo. We have a demo. Up a tree. See nothing. Oh, that thing. Oh, they show the tilting. Let's show everything off. Jetpack. Fly. Don't run out of fuel either. It would be a bad idea. That's all you get for demo. Alright. Should we do one more game? Because I think the next game is Captain Blood. Should we leave that for next time? I think it's Captain Blood's next. Yes. Yeah, you know what? Let's do Captain Blood. Okay. More French gaming. Alright. Captain Blood. Infogrames. ERE. 9.95 cassette. 14.95 disc. Joystick or keys. Travelling through hyperspace can be a hazardous business, especially if you have to enter it hastily and without preparation. Captain Blood will definitely agree here because he had a simple choice: die at the hands of hordes of hostile aliens, or get out of there fast. He chose the latter, and because of a malfunction in his spaceship, Blood was not the only one to re-enter normal space at the end of the journey. 30 clones appeared throughout the galaxy. In the next 800 years, Blood travelled around the galaxy, finding his clones and eliminating them. After all, one blood is enough for anyone. Now there are only 5 left to find. But things have not been too good for Blood either. The cloning process has deprived him of a large portion of his vital fluids. For each of his clones that he had found, some of his vital fluids had been replaced to let him keep on living. Time was running out, though. He couldn't survive for much longer without a single clone left in existence. So what is existent? Or existent. There are 4 main screens that can be accessed during the game. A view of the planet that you are currently in orbit around, a view through the eyes of the Orcs, a baby spaceship type being, the map of the galaxy, and the alien communication screen. The planetary view screen just lets you watch it spin and its axis, but it's also used in the destruction sequence. The galaxy map has an overhead of view of the galaxy. The galaxy map has an overhead of view of the galaxy, and you select your destination by letting your finger do the walking. The Orcs is used to either destroy, photograph, or land on the planet. It all depends which variety you launch from your ship. Your first choice will probably be a landing because you need information. There are lots of planets out there and you don't have time to destroy every one of them. Your orcs is launched and you then have to guide it to an alien. For some strange reason, all of the aliens in the galaxy live at the end of canyons, and so you have to pilot the orcs towards them. Some planets are defended, and so you have to fly at low altitude to avoid the missiles. When you reach an alien, the view will switch to the communication screen. The alien will then start to speak to you, and the universal communicator will be needed to translate what has been said. To find out what the symbols mean, you have to move Blood's finger over the symbols. When the alien has run out of things to say, you can speak back to it, using the same symbols. There are many different aliens, and they each have their own personalities. It is possible to teleport the aliens onto your ship, but only if they are willing. The aliens may give you information, only after you have done something for them, like destroyed another planet, or taking them somewhere. Information is in the form of the coordinates of a planet. Travel from planet to planet is via hyperspace, and upon arrival, you again get a view of a new planet. The process is repeated until all your clones are destroyed, or you degenerate and die. The destruction sequence is activated, and you send an explosive orc into the planet. It speeds up its rotation and then explodes dramatically. See screenshot there. Sound in the game is limited to only the occasional spot effect, but there is a futuristic piece of music played on the title screen. Graphics are the strongest point though. The galactic map is excellent, and other screens that crop up are of a similarly high standard. Each of the aliens is well animated too. Initially, you may be confused when playing this because you won't know what to say to the aliens, and as a result, you'll come out a dead end. After a few games, though, things will begin to slot into place. Conversing with aliens is fun, but there are not that many possibilities in what you can say. It all boils down to zooming around the universe trying to find your clones and then blasting them into lots of little pieces. It's a vast improvement on recent Infogrames products, but still lacks a little something in the gameplay. First day target score. Destroy one of your clones. Second opinion. It's certainly a very impressive collection of graphic sequences to delight the eye. The gameplay is slightly more difficult to cope with. The flying sequence is the only arcade action. Most of the game consists of learning the art of alien conversation. You may find it becomes stale after a while, but it's a very novel game structure which will intrigue and delight many. Green screen view. It loses a lot on the graphical appeal in green, but there's no problems playing the game. The verdict. Graphics 91%. Excellent graphics throughout. The planet explosion is tremendous. Sonic's 43%. Great title tune. The in-game effects are not so good. Graphics are 87%. Using alien communication is original and intriguing. Initial confusion may put you off playing. You'll need perseverance. Staying power 78%. It's a long-term task to fly around the universe, clone bashing. Somehow I doubt you'll play it again once you've done it, though. AA rating 81%. Infogrames seem to have got their act together again. Perhaps their next game will be even better. Okay. Let's go. What am I doing? Okay. Blood, copyright, ERE Informatique. Captain Blood. Scenario, Philippe Ulrich. Software and graphics, Didier Beauchamp. Music, Jean-Michel Jarre. Amstrad adaptation, Yves Lamoureux. Special thanks to Michel Rowe. For additional graphics, Carrière Informatique, 1988. Alright, let's go. Language. English. Little planet. Little bongo coloured planet. Okay, so the first thing is to land on the planet. Throw a little indicator. Oh. There's a cross, you're on target. Speed up. Okay, it's a little canyon. Slow down a little bit here. That seems to be wide enough. Oh, a little move here. Okay. Here's our little alien friend. Nice tie. Howdy. Me, small Yoko. Planet equals Bow Bow. 100. Yeah, that's the coordinates of this planet, alright? Me, like peace. Me, small Iswal. Small Yoko, fear ship. Small Yoko, want no identity. Me, president. Me, blood. That's me, right? howdy, blood. Small Yoko, friend, peace. Pop, good looking, laugh, sob, sob, sob. Ship, great, me small. Pop, sob. How is that information thing? Tubular brain. We want information. Impossible, give information, me not know. Small Yoko, want you, go, search, pop. Me want you, teleport, Yoko, ship. You, blood, you, great, warrior. Pop, sob. Where is your... I'm going to convey, ask him where's Popper's. Oops. Oh, that's the wrong button. Don't click that. No, it's not. I'm going to do this again. God damn it. Oh, because you clicked the wrong damn button. Okay. Howdy. Macy remembered who I am. Oh, you go, friend, peace. Pop, good looking, laugh, laugh, sob, sob, sob. You, blood, you, great warrior. Pop, sob. There's a question mark, isn't there? Pop, laugh, laugh. Maxon, pop, Yoko. Scientist, no, me, small scientist. We want rendezvous, female, you, no. Does he want a mate? Bananas, no, great joke, laugh, laugh. Pop, great scientist, prisoner. Pop, no, genetic reproduction. Bad warrior, prisoner, pop. You free, pop, blood. Ship great, me small. Question mark. Pop sob. How do I ask him where his pop is? Laugh, laugh. Excellent pop, Yoko. Planet want peace. Bananas, no, great joke, laugh, laugh. Pop, great scientist, prisoner. Pop, no genetic reproduction. Bad warrior, prisoner, pop. Bow bow, Yoko, planet. You free, pop, blood. Yes, me, no, planet. Me, no, planet. Krula Sulu, dead, genetic. Dead, genetic, great, friend, pop. Dead, genetic, great, warrior, bananas. Pop, help, dead, genetic, pop, reproduction. Oh, okay. Identity, planet. Dead, genetic, trap 4. Write your shit down. Trap 4. Great planet. Great missile danger. 76176. 6116. Okay. Blood. You not go planet. Trap 4. Oh. Me want you teleport Yoko ship. Okay. Do it. No, he's in our ship. Okay. Go to the galaxy map. Let's go to this planet. 76. 16. Go. Oh, it's lime green. Oh, look. Okay. Howdy you. Me, Cruel Zulu, dead genetic. Play equals trap 4. Me, Great Warrior. Me, not Howdy. Me, not Howdy. Can't use that one. Me, no danger missile. Me, no small Yoko. I don't know, say this. Me, like destroy ship. What? Me, no small Yoko. Mm. Me, no small Yoko. That's all he knows. Now what? Me, no small Yoko. That's all he knows. You scientists, it's greyed out. Or purpled out or whatever. It's prisoner. Prisoner. No, it's greyed out as well. Me destroy planet, curse, insult, laugh. Me no danger missile. Yeah, at this point I'm stuck. Can we transport you down? Yes, we can. You small warrior, you not destroy planet. Me not like you, curse consult. You small. Chow. Oh. Well then. Only one thing to do then. Time to blow up the planet, I guess. I mean, it will leave us stuck. Won't be able to finish the game now, but I think we're out of time anyway. Blow the planet up. Yeah, that's satisfying.